you can kind of do this any which way you want to, which is sort of the broad framework here. Um, how do I put this? The process is everything in divorce. Really, there's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. Um, Not a helpful metaphor, but there's a lot of different ways. You might think of court, which is what we all see on television and which is kind of what I've been speaking about up until now to some extent, what a judge would do, what a court would do. It's kind of the last resort in a sense, right? The idea is um, when you're getting divorced, you can work things out amongst yourselves. You can decide what this family is going to look like post marriage and how it will work. You might need some guidance in that because this is not stuff everybody knows about. They wouldn't know what physical custody is, what legal custody is, what the options are. They wouldn't, they kind of wouldn't know what that universe is in which to make those decisions. So it makes sense to have some help. That help might come from a lawyer, it might come from a mediator, it could come from different sources. Court is what happens when you don't succeed at that. It's when you aren't able to come to a decision on your own. And we live in a society where nobody has to remain married to anybody if they don't wish to. And you simply raise your hand and say to the court, I need attention. I don't want to be married anymore to this person. And eventually you get your day in court, and a judge will decide these things for you. So if you cannot decide physical custody, for example, should the children be 70% with me or 60% with you, and we're just at loggerheads, you come into court and ultimately you'll present evidence. This is not done in front of a jury, it's just done in front of a judge, and the judge will just kind of make his or her best call based upon what you've provided. And they're making their call based on the legal standard. The legal standard in this case is best interests of children. That's it. So if you're saying it's in the best interest of the child to be with me 70% of the time because they have special needs, I know how to care for those needs, my spouse does not, you present evidence, you have a limited amount of time, and anything can happen on any given day in court. Might be you might show up well, your spouse might show up smelling like a rose on that particular day, who knows? And the judge will just kind of work with what's in front of them and make the best call that they can, which might be the right call and really might not. They'll tend to do things fairly simply. So when in doubt, they'll just cut it right in the middle. Sorry, folks, it's going to be 50-50 custody, figure it out. It's going to be joint legal custody, figure it out. So once you're in court, you kind of lose your autonomy with these things because once a judge renders a decision on it, it is what it is. And that's just how it's going to be for you from now on.